Hi everyone, so today I'll be showing you how to build the superfish mincing machine. You're going to need a weapon to protect yourself with, a wire cutter, all the wrenches, some bricks or blocks, whatever takes your fancy, 80 pressure plates that are going to trigger when the bird flies over it. The ones that say when a player steps on it aren't good enough, so like lizard pressure plate says when a player steps on it, so that's not going to activate when birds fly over it, so that's no good. You need, one of the coloured ones really. You have to buy them pretty much. You'll need a bucket, some water and some lava, which I've got stashed away. You're going to need a hook. Well, that kind of just helps to build with, a pickaxe as well in case of mistakes. A bird statue for fish statues, or you can probably have less. 18 actuators, 10 doors. These are going to be gold because I'm going to build this thing out of solid gold. Yeah. You're going to need 11 switches, 10 dart traps, although super dart traps work better. These lizard pressure plates are just to help me with a door down the bottom. And you need plenty of wire and some torches. And you're also going to need a castle to build this thing in. So I already have a castle here, which is, got a nice machine shaped guide wall there. So anyways, I'll just start building this thing straight away. See how quick I can build it. Alright, so you can see I boxed myself in, so what I do is make a door with some pressure plates and some actuators wherever they are. Whoops. And I'll make it out of green wire. Alright, so when this is open, I'm going to put some actuators on here, so that'll just close that off. Okay, so the main frame of this thing is 22 bricks wide, and we put these extra ones in the side because the bird's going to fly up through this gap here. But maybe we can move these around. I don't know, we can do with some trial and error. Okay, so I'm going to put a switch here, and I'm going to use an actuator here and over here. So what I'm going to do here is use the red wire to trigger this one first. I'll just flick the switch so that turns that one off. Now I'm going to wire them both together, so that now makes it so that it toggles them from side to side, so it switches the direction the birds are going to go when they fly up here. Alrighty, so we'll go and put the doors in. They have to be 3 out, and we'll just open them outwards. Okay, so now we can start putting the wires in. Start at the bottom here. Start with blue, shall we? So this wire is what I like to call the more wire, or the next wire. Basically, what it does is it'll both trigger the bird statue and switch this from one side to the other. So it's the signal that when one bird goes into one of these, it'll send another one. So this wire has to go down to the bird statue, which is, yeah, I already got some wires down there. I couldn't be bothered digging them up before. And of course we better go and put our bird statue down here. Originally I had this pit about half the depth, and I noticed I wasn't getting all the birds in the machine, so if that happens you just dig the hole deeper. Right, so oops, we'll run this wire all the way up. Okay, that'll do for the time being. Now we need to put these little trigger wires in, so these go like at the bottom of the doors, because we'll put pressure plates there. 7 pressure plate, so I can put those there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So now we'll wire the kill switch, which starts just at the top of here, because the dart traps are going to go here. Down to here. Okay, so that's going to be the kill switch, so I'll put the switches in. It's the kill switch and the on switch, so I like to have the bird banner pointing at the on switch. Oh, and you notice we've also got the bird painting here, powered by birds, because someone on Reddit mentioned that I had the wrong painting at the other one, so hey, I got the right painting this time. Okay, so we got some more blue wiring to do. Alright, so all this blue, all these buttons now will trigger the statue and these two things here, right? Cool. Yeah, I probably could have got a different sort of pressure plate so I could demonstrate that, but I like it so it's not triggering birds or, you know, when I'm walking through this thing, you know. Now, for those of you who have been watching closely, you probably noticed that there's a row of pressure plates for each of the birds, and there's 7 for each bird, because, well, there's 6 different activation points on the statues, but basically what happens is that when the birds are bouncing around in here, they the ones on the ends, they only hit the trigger once per cycle, if you know what I mean. So so the ones on the ends, if we hook them together, it gives a more even trigger pattern across all the wires, if that makes any sense. Start to wire this bit up where the statues go. So just to make this a bit easier for me, I'm going to put the fish statues here. Okay, so the green one, so I gotta fill all this in. So there's another green one that's got to go down here. Okay, so essentially 3 out of the 7 triggers go to green. Okay, so we can wire up the blue ones now. Okay, did you see that? Went to it. Now the blues just goes basically straight up here. So we've just got little green ones poking out here. Yep. Okay, so the last one is red. At the top here, what I've got to do with red is, right, so start by connecting those. Okay, and then this one goes up 2, across 1, down 1, across 2. So up 2, across 1, down 1, across 2. Okay, so now we get this nice pattern: red, green, blue, red, green. Now I'll just fill all this in with red. Okay, that's all done there now. So now we need to rig up the little mechanisms here for each one. So the first bit is the auto door closing mechanisms. So where my head is right there, there's going to be a pressure plate, and when the bird hits that and starts hitting these other ones, it's going to close the door and not open it again. That's pretty important because it traps the bird in there. Right, now we've got all the door closing mechanisms in, so I'll just start with the dart traps. Dart traps, we've got to make sure that they are facing, you know, the correct direction. So the way you do that is whichever direction you're facing when you place it. And they go at the top here. So I was facing to the left, turn right, place that one. Okay, we'll do the same. Alrighty, so that's all the dart traps. Now we can fill in the gaps and the pressure plates. So I may as well start here. My blocks. So I think I can do about that many at a time. Yep. Just gotta remember the numbers here, otherwise it's going to take forever. I forgot the colored lights. Alright, now I can close all this up. So we're going to put in these switches that are going to toggle these side bits. So this is in case of emergency. Oh, okay. It's got zombies attacking this dude. Righty, now we need the actuators, and the actuators go on these little bits, right? Now some red wire to hook these up. Now the red wire basically starts at the switch, goes up here, across and up. So I can do just like that. You have to do that little dog leg there because otherwise it would join onto this one above it. Alright, so you see what these little wires do. It's also, so when the bird hits the trigger here, it closes the little door, and so the next bird will go into here instead of flying up here where the door's closed. Alright, so there's basically one last wire which I must have missed earlier, which is the reset switch, which will close the doors and also trigger these actuators, and that's just rigged to the off switch. Oops, hang on, what did I do here? We're in the wrong spot, that's why. Better put the blue one back. Okay, and green, oh, I did want to move green. There's only one thing remaining, which is the red wire, which is going to essentially activate everything. So the red wire runs up all these doors, so it's gonna open the doors, so when the machine starts, when we flick the on switch, all the doors open. Okay, there's the on switch. And the final task is to rig this wire onto the on switch on the statue. So it's just going to activate the very first bird. And you see I already ran the rest of the red wire down there before. And look at that, I've completely run out of stuff, except I've got 12 blocks left over, which are going to be used up here. So I need to basically fill the statues with water and lava to make it so that the fish die. Alright, so I just need my water now. Go and I'll use my water. So we're going to put 12 half buckets, and what I mean by half bucket you'll see. So when I put the bucket there, half of it landed there and I can just pick it up. We just do that. So that's 2, 3, 4, 11, 12. Okay, and we've got a spare bucket. I'll just do the old chamber pot trick down here. Okay, now we need to put the lava in. Now I'm going to need a bucket of lava. There's a zombie trapped in my guide's house. There we go, that'll learn him. Okay, put the bucket. See how cool those doors are, you can just like run through them so quick. Top speed, they still work. Alright, so I'm just going to put this bucket of lava right here, and you watch what happens. How cool is that? Now I can just grab that. Oh, wait, what happened here? Something went wrong and the lava disappeared, so I'll just try again. Okay, so my water wasn't settling before, so I saved and exited the game and loaded it up again, and we'll see if it works this time. Alright, here we go. Okay, so there's 12 half buckets in here. Now I need to get some lava. And we'll just drop the lava right here. Bugger, didn't work. Right, so Okay, so in this state, I can just grab a bucket of water out. See, and now it's fixed. So it can take a little bit of fiddling to get this correct, but if you have a bit of patience, you eventually get that thin line, and it's got to go like just below their eyes. So sorry I haven't had much success. I mean, when I'm not recording it, it works first time, but for some reason when I'm recording it just doesn't want to do it. So anyways, we've got this bloody thing finished now, so we'll just remove the excess bricks and finish it off here. Alright, so now the thing is all completed. To turn it on, I just need to make sure all of these are open. They're all like inactive, and that all the doors are closed, and that's it. And basically we just hit the switch and it should start making heaps of goldfish. There it goes. Amazing. Yep, so hopefully we can get it to load all the birds in there. And I've got my merchant right here, so I can just sell the fish. How many birds we got? Well, up to the 9th one. Here, did we get the last one? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, now it's going at full speed. Yeah, it's pretty darn quick. Oh, and also when the vendor fills up with fish, you can just keep shift clicking and they keep selling, so you don't need to worry about walking away or escaping or whatever, and you can just keep selling it. Keep shift clicking on them and they just keep selling. Alright, and we make sure the off switch works. Yep, nailed those birds. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this. I'll provide a link to download the file at some point, so everyone can just use this as they want. So thanks guys, and I hope you have enjoyed learning how to build the super fish mincing machine.